Hello guys, just a quick video really. I'm just going to do an overview and review of this, the avermedia 875 recording device. It's pretty good really, better than the Elgato. Believe it or not, it is better. I don't have a problem with it. I like the software, it's nicely designed. You get everything that you need in the box. I haven't tried it with PlayStation 3 yet. That's my next step. Also, my next step will be to try recording off a Mac. But so far, PC wise, no problems, no issues. I've recorded some Star Trek gaming, some Allied Assault from EA, and it's fine. Perfect. So I do recommend it. It's fantastic. Quality is fine. Sometimes there is an issue with recording. I think that's mainly due to the SSD getting filled up with data. So my recommendation, if you're going to get this and use it, might be an idea to get a large SSD drive rather than a small one. But personally I've not had any major problems with it. So yeah, I recommend it and it gets my seal of approval. Thank you. Hello and welcome to another video. In this video I'm just going to talk about the avermedia 875 portable device. Basically it can record in 720p and 1080p. Basically it's limited to 30 frames per second at 180p. But it has the facility of recording on an SD card. If you're interested on how it records on the SD card, it will record one blank frame during playback. That tends to be the first frame, and you're limited to 4 GB file sizes because it records in FAT32. However, it's not a problem because I presume most of you guys will be using video editing packages and you'll just stick the videos together anyway. But just keep that in mind when you purchase this. So without further ado, let me show you my setup. So basically we've got the avermedia device here. If I just pull it out like that, we've got HDMI going in. So this is the avermedia device itself, and it basically has HDMI going in and HDMI going out. And in this particular solution, obviously you've got a USB 2.0 port there, which is how you connect it up to your computer. Be mindful that it's not very long, this cable, so you may want to get an extension if you wish. Basically it has a switch here for going from recording from your computer to the SD card, and if I flip it over, you should be able to see it has a SD card slot there. So let's just pop that back, and there you go. So it's quite a simple operation to record. All you do is you press the button to record, and then it should go red when it starts recording once you set up the software. So just for demonstration purposes, I will set it up to record, and it's just going to record my desktop. You just turn that on and the light is flashing and it means it's recording. Quite a simple operation. It's better than the Elgato in my opinion. The reason for that is you have audio input as well. If I just show you on there, if you can see that in the video, you have audio in and out. What that means is you can input sound 3.5mm jack into the device and listen to what's been recorded from a headphone. So we've got one of these HyperX headphones, which are pretty good quality, made by Kingston basically. I've done a little bit of unboxing of this if you're interested, but basically I get good bass coming out from it. It's probably a bit too much for my liking in terms of bass, but it's not too bad and decent quality. But besides how good these are, it's besides the point. The point is, because you can input audio into this device, if you're having problems with HDMI sound, maybe you're using a monitor that doesn't have HDMI input and 3.5mm sound out, you got a problem if you want to monitor your sound, because it's sometimes difficult to do both through HDMI as well as listen to your sound. So this is the ideal solution. What you can do is you can have sound coming out of the back of your sound card into this device, record the sound from this device, as well as listen to the sound that you're recording with some headphones, and that's the ideal solution. This is a solution that the Elgato cannot do. The Elgato does not have 3.5mm inputs for sound and outputs so you can listen. So personally, I would recommend this over the Elgato every time. In fact, I was one of those people that had problems getting the thing to work with the Elgato. Basically, HDMI did not want to work because my monitors are not HDMI based. I'm using the adapters through DVI as well as DisplayPort, but basically I wasn't getting sound through my system. For some reason I was having issues. So this was the solution. It's worked fine for me. I've recorded Allied Assault, some Star Trek games. I'm going to show you the software side of this and how it works, and then hopefully this video will be informative and helpful. But personally, some people have sort of criticised the company for their software not being available. It does appear there seems to be a limited version of this software that comes with this device that works for Mac computers. I haven't tried it yet, but I will keep you updated when I do get the chance of trying it. But at the moment I'm happy with the recording capability of this on my PC, so yes, it's fantastic. Right everyone, here we are. I've uploaded avermedia RE Central, which is the software element of the avermedia 875 device for recording. So all I have to do is click on the icon, and it brings up your dashboard basically for setting up the device. Now you do have other options. One is one click, another is advanced, and there's obviously a wizard, and you've got various settings there for the bulletin, streaming, video folders where you want to save things to, default profiles. But I just want to show you the majority of the elements of this software. Obviously we're set up to the platform, which is the current PC. That's where we're recording to. We've got a video source which is set up to HDMI for recording. Audio source, now guys, if you're having problems getting audio from HDMI, you do have the option of recording from a 3.5mm jack from your sound card, which I have actually done here. For some bizarre reason, these Dell monitors that I've got don't have HDMI input, and I think that's part of the problem why it's not connecting. If anyone disagrees with me, please let me know in the comments, but I believe that's the reason why I'm having issues capturing sound from HDMI. Then we have audio source, obviously, and as I mentioned, it's coming from a sound card. Format, you do have the ability of recording in two formats. MP4, which is the general and best format in my opinion, And then there's obviously something called TS, which is like a streaming type format, which isn't recognised by a lot of Apple software. You can set your resolution, which we have set our resolution recording to 12. I've set my resolution to 1280 by 768, basically 720p. Personally, I think that's the best format for recording. It's my personal preference because it uses less space, basically. The video bitrate can be changed. This is set at 12 megabits per second. Frame rate is 30 frames per second, and audio bitrate is 128 megabits per second. Obviously, to video capture you can press F7. However, my preference is to press the button on the device. It's far easier, far simpler, just to press that button on your device, which you cannot do on the Elgato. Anyway, let's go into the advanced settings, and this is how I control the device. Now obviously you can set up various profiles. It's set up as a default profile here. Now what I tend to do is have audio in here, which is coming from a sound card. Then the system sound, so basically all your sound from your game, is set up as a default avermedia desktop audio capture. There's nothing else there except for that. And then you've got microphone, which you can obviously select different microphones. You can use the Yeti microphone, you can use your built-in laptop microphones, you can use external microphones, you name it, you can use it basically. And what it does when it records audio, it records it in MP3 format in a separate file. You can turn it on or off, which is quite fantastic because it means you can do things with that. Change the volume quality. It's separate to your audio coming from your computer, which means is you're not going to have any sort of interference and you know, sound bleeding in and out from your mic, from your sound of your audio, and vice versa. So that's why I use a headset basically, so I can hear the sound, but when I'm talking or doing any sort of voiceover, people cannot hear what I'm listening to, can't hear the sound. That way you don't get like an echo effect with music and sound. Basically I use a headset like this. It's a good one, it's the HyperX as I mentioned. So I can listen to what's going off in the game, and people don't get the effect of an echo or hear what I'm listening to while they're listening to the main audio, and that's what you want to do. Anyway, back to the settings on the system. You can turn the mic off if you don't want to record your sound, but it's good that it records it in a separate file, so it will always be separate from your actual system audio. Then you have your video formats. As I mentioned, it records in something called TSH264. Apple computers have a problem recognizing that file format. It's not native to the operating system. Final Cut Pro does recognize it, but only just, and it has to render all the video, which takes forever, and I suspect Adobe Premiere will be the same. Basically you can change your resolution. Basically you have 1920 by 1080, 1680 by 1050, 1280 by 1024, 1440 by 900, 1360 by 768, 1280 by 800, and 1280 by 768. And if you really want, you've got other resolutions which are really rubbish, going all the way down to standard definition and VGA if you want. But I keep it at 1280 by 768 for 720p. I think that's the best quality for the file size that you're getting. You can obviously have a video bitrate, increase that to make it a bit faster, or make it a bit slower. The maximum you can go to is 60 megabits per second. Keep in mind you're going to encounter large file sizes when you do that. And then you have audio bitrate, which you can change from 32 kps to 256 kps. And that's just a quick roundup of the software. It's very simple to use. Obviously you've got options of game console and other PC. So for example, you want to play on this and record from this onto a different PC to make it a bit quicker. I don't have that problem. This is an octa-core AMD machine. It should be able to handle this easily. And that's a roundup of my gaming recording rig, the avermedia 875. It's a good product. I do recommend it. And thank you for watching this mini review. And thank you. Bye bye.